so fine. Ooh, don't know what I'm gonna do around them Zetas, Thetas, Chios, and little fine views. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. My sorority girl. My sorority girl.
Hey y'all, it's Dorothy from preppingyourstep.com, and today I am back to share a really exciting video with y'all. It has been super requested, and I guess a lot of people are trying to get back into the back to school mindset, which is insane. And this is a sorority recruitment tips video. So as you can tell from the title, this is the part 1, which is going to be the do's, and then the next video you'll see from me will be the don'ts. So I needed to split it up because I feel like I could go on and on for probably 10 minutes about each little blurb that I want to share with y'all, and I do have them sitting in front of me, so if I look down, that's why, because I wanted to make sure to be as concise as possible. So if you're not into the whole sorority recruitment process, then feel free to exit out of this video, and you'll see new videos from me coming very soon talking about other subjects, so don't worry. But if you are interested, then stay tuned and be sure to check out the next one that's going to be posted, the don'ts. I am going to give a little brief in this video because I feel like you need to know where I'm coming from as my sorority recruitment experience, which I actually have a video about a while back. It was right after I got into my sorority, so I'll link that. That'll probably be the first link down below that you'll definitely want to check out. And I'll also have a blog post with all of this information combined so that y'all can refer to it if you don't feel like watching a video the night before to reassure you, because I promise you'll be just fine. So I'm a rising junior at Furman University, which is absolutely insane. I cannot believe I'm going to be a junior. I just can't. And I am a Kappa Delta there, which has been really fun. I've absolutely loved my sorority experience. I'll say Kappa Delta now, but throughout the remainder of this video and then the next one, I'll probably refer to it as KD if I end up mentioning it. So if you don't know, Kappa Delta, KD, they're the same things. And the great part about sorority life for me was that I knew I wanted to do it from the get-go, and I knew I wanted to get involved. So I did take some time to kind of plan out what I wanted to do freshman year because we had delayed recruitment. I didn't want to get too involved with a bunch of different activities and feel like I was spread too thin. So I saved up a lot of my time for devoting it to the sorority that I would join. So right now I am our Vice President of Public Relations, which means that I get to do a lot of outreach with national. I'm a liaison between our chapter and nationals, getting them photos and different event information, as well as I run our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I send out our newsletter, I stay in touch with alumni, and then I also have a couple girls who fall into categories that work under me, so they don't work for me, they work for our chapter. But I kind of stay in contact with them and make sure that they're doing their jobs and really getting the stuff that they need to do done. So before I got my position as Vice President of Public Relations, I was our banner chair, so it was a way that we advertise in our dining hall different events and stuff that we're doing, so I got to paint those, and that position actually falls underneath me. And I've loved the opportunity to become a leader within my sorority, and I definitely want to continue that into the coming year. I don't know if I'll stay Vice President of Public Relations or if I'll do something completely different, but I know that I've enjoyed my involvement thus far to the extent that I want to stay involved. So that's enough about me, and I know y'all are probably like, alright Dorothy, speed it along. So here are my do's of sorority recruitment, and these are in no particular order. But smile. It's not hard, and it makes you feel so much more confident. I know a lot of girls look so nervous beforehand, and having seen it from both sides, there's no reason to. You'll be just fine, but just try to smile, but don't be too fake about it. Honestly, once you leave the house, your cheeks are going to hurt because, I remember I just tried to stay happy and keep smiling the whole time, and by the end of it, your cheeks are like, oh, you've taken too many Christmas card pictures, if you know what I mean. So just be really genuine with it and keep smiling throughout the entire process, and it'll show that you're really comfortable and confident. Which leads to my next tip, which number 2 is be yourself and be comfortable. You can't fake it during sorority recruitment. There's really just no reason to. If you want to trust the system and be placed in the house, this sounds like if we're putting on the sorting hat and being placed into Harry Potter things. But end up in the house that you're most comfortable with. You need to be comfortable with yourself during the process, and you really need to stay true to yourself. So don't tell girls that you do this and that just to try to impress them, because They have your resume, they know what you're doing. Like, you're not going to fool anyone, and there's no reason to, because you want to end up in the house where you feel the most comfortable. So as long as you're comfortable during the process and are sharing facts that are true and just genuinely connecting with these girls by being yourself, then you're sure to find a house that fits you best. So tip number 3 is to be positive. I know recruitment can be so taxing. Every night after this past year where I was on the other side recruiting girls, everyone in my sorority went back to our hall and just passed out. We were so tired. And going back to when I was a potential new member going through recruitment, I remember being completely exhausted, and that's okay. Just be positive throughout the experience. Try not to dwell on the fact that, oh, I only got 3 hours worth of sleep, which you'll get more than that. That was just an example. Don't freak out. But just stay positive throughout it. Your attitude will surely rub off on other girls and show chapter members how excited you are to become a part of different sorority and Greek life at your university. So staying positive is super important, and it'll just make you more happy and feel more confident. Number 4, ask questions. We want to get to know you. I'm saying we as in like I'm the girl recruiting. But ask questions. We want to get to know you. We want to get to know you better, see how you would fit into our sorority. So don't let it be all about the girl recruiting. You definitely want to share stuff about yourself and ask them questions about maybe what their favorite thing about their chapter has been so far, or what's your favorite event, how do you like being involved with other Greek organizations on your campus. All sorts of questions. It doesn't have to be about that. If they ask you what classes you're taking, feel free to fire back and ask, oh, what classes are you taking? What's your major? It's a two-way street. The whole thing is mutual selection. So if you're going to mutually select during the entire process, why not get to know some girls? Next baby tip that goes along with that is try to remember girls' names. I know that is so hard, especially because I have just done it from the other side and talked to X number of girls each round and had so many rounds each day. It was hard, and remembering people's names is just a great way that you can address them later. Even if you don't join the chapter they're in, it's super great when you're just walking on the sidewalk to class and you see them to just say, hey, so-and-so. I mean, it really means a lot. So, tip number 5, get sleep, and my personal favorite, eat. So, you're going to be tired. I've already talked about that. It's recruitment. It's not supposed to be nap time all the time. You're going to be go, 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 and you'll probably be a little bit nervous. So getting sleep and keeping a healthy and balanced diet is so important. For eating, if you don't eat, you're not going to be yourself, which completely skews the entire thing. So definitely stock up on some good, nutritious food and get plenty of sleep, because your body will thank you by the end of the week, and you'll see some girls who haven't been doing that who seem absolutely exhausted. So definitely try to get plenty of rest and eat plenty of food. Number 6 is trust the system. This can be hard, especially if maybe you've been dropped from your favorite house, or your best friend has been dropped from a house that you love and you're a little bit concerned. But just trust the system that it's all going to work out okay, because in the end it really does. I hated hearing this as a tip when I was going through recruitment, and I hated everyone saying that, oh, you'll end up in the house you're supposed to end up in. I just got so frustrated. And if I have the guts to say this to y'all now after my frustration, then it must be true, because trusting the system is crucial. If you get dropped from a house, just try not to take it too personally and move on, because that just means that they're one step closer to helping you find the house that's a great fit for you. Number 7 is dress to impress. No, you do not need to go out and buy a completely new wardrobe for recruitment. That's not necessary. I'm sure the clothes that you have will be great, but if you want to use an excuse to go shopping, then this is a perfect one, because people will be paying attention to what you're wearing. It's not the most important thing. The girls recruiting you care so much more about your personality than they do what you're wearing, but if you have fun new clothes that you feel really confident in, then wear them, because that'll show, and that'll just show how comfortable you are with yourself and how confident you feel, which will definitely be noted. Number 8, share something unique about yourself. Like I said earlier, the girls recruiting have talked to so many girls each day, and most of the time they end up scoring you, which sounds scary, but really it's just a way of helping you figure out if you're a good fit for the sorority. But if you tell them something unique about yourself, that's a great way to start a conversation that is based on your personal interest, which means you'll be really passionate about it. And it's a great way to get them to remember you a little bit better. So if I were going through recruitment again, I could tell someone about my blog and how it's been really fun. I've started it in my junior year of high school, that sort of thing. And maybe they'll be like, oh yeah, Dorothy was the one with the blog. It's just a great way to kind of put facts, faces, and names all together into one so that you can be really memorable during your time in recruitment. If you don't have a unique and interesting fact, don't worry. I'm sure something that y'all talk about during the round will be remembered. Just don't fret. Number 9, do ignore reputations. Furman has delayed recruitment, which means we do it right after Christmas break in the winter. We don't do it right when school starts up, which I think is great because you can get to know people really well. However, if you do go to a school that has fall recruitment and you're just thrown into it at the beginning, then try not to go onto all sorts of different sites and learn about reputations, because honestly it's a lot easier if you just figure out what you like for yourself. Just because someone may think such and such is the top sorority at this school doesn't mean it's the one where you're going to feel most comfortable and fit in. So it doesn't really matter your sorority's rankings. So don't care about that and reputations and which fraternity likes this sorority, because honestly it doesn't matter. This is about you getting to know the girls in the sorority and the girls that are going to be in your pledge class and forming lasting relationships with them. And last but not least, number 10 is take notes each night. This is something I did that was really helpful. Our Pi Chis, or they call them different things at every school, they're the people that lead your group around and are the people that you can talk to about recruitment and any questions you may have, and they're with you throughout the entire process. They're actually Greek affiliated women who have decided to disaffiliate just to make it so that you can find where you want to be in the Greek community at your school. So they're super great, and they encouraged us to take notes. We all made little notebooks in my Pi Chi group, but I kept notes outside of that. But each night I would write down different things in my journal about each sorority that I liked or maybe that I didn't like. I tried to write down names of the girls I talked to. That was really helpful to help me remember the names. And I just talked about my experience in each round. This would have been super helpful at the end when you're trying to decide what sorority may be your best fit, especially if you're kind of conflicted between two. I knew kind of all along that I really wanted Kappa Delta to be my home. I mean, it's not what you should do. You shouldn't get your heart set on one, which I'll talk about in my don't video. But I knew from the get-go that I really wanted to be a member of Kappa Delta because that's where I felt most comfortable and those were the girls I knew best. That wasn't such a crucial deciding factor each night when I looked back at my notes, but if I had been torn between two, I would have been super thankful that I had kept those notes in my journal. Also, I feel like journaling out your notes kind of helps you reason through your feelings, which during recruitment, I don't know what different people are feeling. It wasn't too stressful for me. I had a great experience, but for some people it can get really overwhelming. So it's nice to just kind of sit alone, journal out your experience for the day. Don't let anyone do any of this deciding for you. Just write what you feel, and it'll probably lead you to thinking that, oh, maybe this is the sorority I like. So those are my do's for sorority recruitment. So my last do, which is kind of a joke, it would be to check out my don'ts of sorority recruitment, which is the next video on my channel. Hopefully it'll be as helpful as this one and that y'all got some good information from this. And like I said earlier, there's going to be a sorority recruitment blog post that'll be linked below that y'all can check out. And I hope this is helpful and calmed the nerves of anyone who is about to go through recruitment or is in the process of it, because it really is such a fun time and you shouldn't be too nervous. And if you're looking for me in the meantime, go ahead and check out my blog. All of my social media links are always down below. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, like my Facebook page, any of that sort of stuff if you'd like to see more from me in the future. So as always, leave any video requests down below. I love to hear what y'all want to see, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye!